It's all about flow and pace today, qualifying in Qatar, a high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along.
Leading the pack, that's P1, and we're in front of Alonso, Stroll and Porsche. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 21.2. First position, front of the pack, and just behind us are Sargent, Alonso and Stroll. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:20.6. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Norris, and we're in front of Alonso, Sargent and Stroll. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 19.3.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. So we're back here in Losail, and this is the track map. 3.34 miles, 16 turns, and just one DRS zone out of turn 16. It's already a fast and flowing track after all. There's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS, though, through the long straight and into turn 1. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Golden Boy completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Sargent, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Hamilton, Joe, Leclerc, Hauger, Oscar Piastri, Teo Pourchaire, Russell, Iwasa, Tsunoda, Martins, Maloney, Ocon, Leclerc, Albon, Magnussen, Deruvala, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we... Here we go then, the formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race, final lap. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.8 seconds. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It's all about flow and pace today, qualifying in Qatar, a high-speed test that will set the grid for tomorrow's race. So welcome along.
That's P1, and just behind us are Norris, Hamilton and Leclerc. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:20.5. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Hamilton, Hauger and Alonso. And we're in front of Ocon, Russell and Iwasa. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:20.5. First position, front of the pack, and just behind us are Norris, Stroll and Alonso. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:20.1.
We're under the lights once again here in Qatar. Last year we took a year off due to a small footballing tournament that was being hosted, but it's all excitement on the track now. We're back here in Losail for a track that's 3.34 miles long. There are 16 turns around its unique three-pronged shape and just a single DRS zone out of turn 16. It's fast and it's flowing, and there's a good overtaking opportunity with DRS down the long straight and into turn 1. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Golden Boy lines up on pole position, and Logan Sargent completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Joe, Stroll, Hamilton, Hauger, Leclerc, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Russell, Iwasa, Teo Pourchaire, Maloney, Albon, Magnussen, Martins, Bottas, Deruvala, Norris and Arthur Leclerc. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And alongside me today, former Formula One driver and former world champion too. See, told you I'll give you a big intro. Anthony Davis. Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. So as all the cars reform the grids, the drivers will be hoping to get a strong start. They'll want to earn some valuable points from today's race, with final communications being done with their race engineers, ensuring the planned strategies are all in place.
Now use DRS now available. Experience some understeer now that you're in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as soon as possible. and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. There's serious damage to the underbody. Repeat, serious damage to the underbody. Norris has just put in the fastest lap of the race so far. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Okay, we're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Gap to your teammate behind, 19.6 seconds. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance and the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Okay, we can take you this lap. That's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres. Yellow flag. Gap to your teammate ahead, 7.1 seconds. Green flag. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. P3, you're currently in P3. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Sergeant behind. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Our gap to first place, 2.7 seconds. Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap. And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Lando Norris, take a bow, and last, a winner in Formula One.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
You handled that well. Thank you.